Hey everybody, thanks for joining us for another topic on our way to financial freedom. Today we're going to talk about an important way to add protection to our finances and to make life more interesting in the process by diversifying our income sources. By now we should all be familiar with this slide and our definition of what we're shooting for from our financial life. We're not just interested in making a lot of money, but in using the money that we do make to buy back our time and freedom from financial stress. I won't take the time to read through these again, but if you're joining us for the first time today, you might want to pause this slide and the next one and read through the points. Once again, here's our list of mile markers on the path to financial freedom. These aren't necessarily listed in order of importance. Each one has its place and should be addressed as early as possible in the process. Today, we're talking about creating multiple streams of income. But wait, you might say, I've been working hard for all these years to create a big stream of income through my physician practice. Now you're telling me that that's not enough? Why do I need multiple sources? Well, there are several reasons. I like to think of it similar to how you should think about investing. We haven't done our investing lecture yet, but one of the tenets of wise investing is to diversify your risk and not put all of your investing eggs in one basket. Creating other streams of income is the same idea. It lowers your risk of financial difficulties if one of those streams dries up. I'm definitely not saying that you need to put in the same amount of effort into each stream or have the same expectation of income flow, but it's good to keep options open. It's not unusual for what feels like a pretty stable job to suddenly become not so stable. Hospitals change ownership. Stable specialty groups lose contracts. Volume of business and the nature of the business can change. You might suddenly find yourself out of a job or dissatisfied with your current job and looking for something new. Wouldn't it be better if you had some income already coming from other sources? What if one of those sources was your ticket to a seamless transition to a new primary opportunity? It's always a great idea to build many bridges during your career, just in case. Plus, working in different environments can broaden your skill set and make you more attractive to future employers. Everywhere that you work has different things to teach you. Take advantage of that to become more well-rounded. What if you have a great side business idea or an interest in something outside of medicine? It's pretty risky to just jump in with both feet to that business and give up your lucrative primary employment. You may not have to do that. Start exploring that business on the side. Get the education that you need, build up the skills, be sure that you like it and that it's going to meet your financial and lifestyle expectations before making a full career switch. That might require giving up some of your leisure time away from your primary job, but will probably be worth it in the end. Maybe it's something that you envision doing to keep yourself busy and fulfilled after you retire from medicine. It's probably better to transition to that over time. Also, if you're paid as a W-2 employee at your primary job, having a side business can give you some great opportunities for tax savings and additional retirement contributions. Opportunities for side income are only limited by your imagination. As a physician, you have marketable skills that people will pay you for outside of your primary role. Examples could be just moonlighting outside of your main system. We hear about the problem of physician and provider shortages in this country. Well, that's not typically in the urban areas, especially for specialty practices, but in the rural communities. Critical access hospitals have great need for physicians from all specialties. Doing some locums work is a great way to diversify your income and experience. You could also use your medical degree and experience to gain extra income from things like physician surveys, being an expert witness, being a medical business consultant, working on research, teaching, or creating a medical product. If you do have interests outside of medicine, maybe think about creating a small business on the side. If you're interested in real estate, there are a variety of opportunities for passive income through syndication or real estate investment trusts, otherwise known as REITs, or with active income as a landlord or a vacation rental property owner. Your investments can generate income. That's what we plan on living on after we retire, right? Well, if you're savvy and you invest early, you might be able to generate income from your investments prior to your retirement date. What about writing a book, starting a blog, creating a YouTube channel? If you have a good idea and an interesting way to communicate it, people might pay you to hear about it or to advertise on your site. Again, the sky's the limit. Sometimes you just have to take a chance on yourself. So how would you get started in creating an additional source of income? Well, first it would be important to figure out what you're interested in doing and what skills that you have that others might pay you for. Is it within medicine or outside of medicine? Are your skills or talents interesting to other people? And do you think they would pay you to access them? If you have a good idea and marketable skills, what are the things that you might be lacking right now to make it work? Is there some more education that you need? Do you need to obtain some additional licensing or certifications? Knowing what you might need to get started is probably going to take some effort and honest introspection. Don't assume that you know everything about what it's going to take. Talk to others that have been down the same path or something similar. What surprised them along the way? Was it worth it in the end? If they were to start over, what would they have done differently? How would you do it differently than they did? Do you have a unique skill set or approach that will give you an advantage in a particular niche? With any new venture, it's important to have the right people there with you. You probably can't do it on your own, especially if this is not your primary job. You just don't have the time or all the skills that you might need. But that's okay. Build a team of people that you can trust. Create a collective vision. Frequently, it's better in the long run to pay someone for their skills than to try and learn everything and do it on your own. Then, you just have to start. Take that first step. Moving from the planning phase to the doing phase is often the hardest and scariest part. That being said, if you're a physician and you're watching this video, you already know what it takes to become successful. You've done it before and you're doing it now. So what did it take to become a physician? Everything on this list, right? Time, effort, motivation, stepping out of your comfort zone, upfront money, education, and likely some help and encouragement from others along the way. Well, it'll probably be very similar for any other venture you plan to be successful at. You've already done it once, you can do it again, especially if it's on a smaller scale. The hardest part will be to balance this with everything else you have going on in life. The idea is for this to broaden your horizons and to bring you satisfaction from different areas than just your main medical job. But if it adds a ton of stress, affects your family life, or threatens your relationships, it's probably not worth it. So keep it all in perspective. Realize this is extra and should be done only if you have the extra energy and space to do it. If you don't, then just focus on your current job and be the best at that as you can. There are ways of diversifying your skill set and opportunities all within your primary job as a physician that don't necessarily require you to step into something new. Look at administration, group leadership, research, teaching. My recommendation, though, is to always keep broadening your horizons. Don't stagnate in your job. I think that's when we're most likely to get burned out. Homework for this lesson. Do some introspective analysis. Think about your skills and your passions. Are there ways to leverage those within your current employment? Can you think of ways to monetize those outside of what you currently do? Write down your ideas. Start doing some research. Talk to people that have done something similar. Does it fit? What are you missing? Do you need some more education or experience? Think of ways that you can start doing that on the side and make a plan. I strongly believe that keeping your mind active and learning new things keeps life interesting and keeps you motivated. Thanks again for joining us today. Please hit like and subscribe and tell your colleagues about us. We appreciate it. See you next time.